Hey, welcome to Maritime Foam. This will be a quick one. I was actually going to do a review tonight for the Boom Dozer. I have a little bit of footage outside with that. It's really cool. It fires Mega XL, but I got a little distracted. I was upgrading springs in Retaliators. This is the first Retaliator that I did with a 7 kilogram spring. I was getting some really good speeds, high 130s. I actually tried it again tonight and got 140. So, really good performance out of this Retaliator with a 7 kg spring. I opened up and did another one. Actually, this is the first one I did. This was the second one. Whatever. They're the same. I put another 7 kilogram spring in this one, getting very, very similar results. The higher numbers are definitely with the Elite darts. When I use waffle head darts instead, definitely slows it down a little bit, but these are way more accurate, so probably I will run waffles, even though it's a little bit slower. Anyway, for just testing, seeing what kind of speed I could get, I was using Elites. So I did 2 of these 7 kilogram ones. It's also funny, the first one I did couldn't have gone any smoother. The second one, everything kind of kept getting misaligned, and I had to take it all apart and put it back together. The second one was weirdly a lot harder than the first one, but they're all done. They're both great. Really happy with these. I would like to get a bunch more 7 kilogram springs so that any Retaliators I get, it's a quick, easy mod. Oh, I'll share some pictures of the mod I did to make the trigger pull better. In a stock Retaliator, you can pull that trigger almost back to the end before anything happens. So I could have 3D printed something, but I went kind of old school. I cut out some plastic from a plastic paint scraper, sanded it, and glued it to the part of the trigger that makes contact with the catch release. That was a tip that I had picked up. I'll share a link to that video below. I also, for funsies, got a 9 kilogram Retaliator spring, and I decided to put that in this Recon Mark II. The inside of this Recon is identical to the Retaliator, so I kind of like the look of this one. This one's a little bit older than the Retaliator, but I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll make all the Retaliators 7, and maybe I'll do this one, paint it, and use this one just for me. I'll put in the 9, and I guess that's why I'm making this video, is just to kind of report on the gains of the 9 kilogram over the 7. I did manage to hit on the chronograph almost 150 with this Recon now, but when running the same darts, I managed to get a few 140s with this one, with the 7 kilogram spring. And it is noticeably harder to prime this one than the 7 kilogram spring. Yeah, I definitely would get a little bit of fatigue faster if I was using this one all day over this one. It's still a little tougher, but the performance is really good in this one as well, and it's a little easier. I don't think I would get any more of these 9 kilogram springs for use in Retaliators or Recons anyway. I think I'll go all 7 kilogram, and I would actually like to try one weight lighter. For me, once these are getting a bit over, I like getting them a bit over 100. I find that seems to be a bit of a magic number as far as making it a little bit more fun to play with, especially outside. Maybe that's why I liked Rival so much. So yeah, I would even experiment with a slightly lighter spring in these, maybe, but the 7 is really good. So and I mean, that's a known thing. You get very small gains as you go up in spring weight for how much harder it is. I mean, even my Caliburn, which has a very, very heavy pull, I mean, we're getting an extra 50 over this, and it is substantially harder to prime than this is. So yeah, just kind of interesting, but it's interesting to have all these springs and try them out and learn just this, I guess, what what should I get more of. That's why I ordered a bunch of single springs instead of kind of a big bulk order. This 7 kg one would be a fun one, I think, to do kind of a workshop or something like that, where people can kind of upgrade their own. I think it's a really good weight spring. Anyway, that's it. Pretty short video. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience with the 7 kg and the 9 kg spring from Out of Darts. So until next time, pew pew.